皆さんこんにちは。
こんにちは。
レッドウィングジャパンマーケティングディレクターの阿部です。
レッドウィングジャパン代表の小林由紀です。
よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
はい、ゆきさん、今日は早速、視線がこのお二人にいってるんじゃないかなと思うんですけども、今日はですね、アメリカのマーケティングチームのもうキーマンと言っていい二人ですよね。はい。
Aaron and Jamie. I'm so excited to have you guys in our YouTube shooting. Yeah, but can you first maybe introduce a little bit about yourself to the audience, and then also how you are spending your time in Japan this week?
Jamie?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jamie Kwame. I'm the marketing director for our brand and product marketing. And I get to work on our Red Wing Heritage business, and I also get to work on our Red Wing Work business that we make product for our trades workers, and I also get to work on our Irish Setter business. I've been at Red Wing for almost 5 years.
Right.
So it's been a really incredible journey to see our brand grow, not only in the US, but also here in Japan.
Thank you. Aaron?
That's my turn, huh?
Yeah.
How'd you convince me to do this?
It takes time, right?
It takes time, yeah. What day, what time is it? So let's, but in all honesty, thank you for having us here.
It's our honor.
Arigato godaimasu.
Hi, arigatou gozaimasu.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure, real honor to be here. Aaron Seymour Anderson, and I'm the Senior Director of Brand and Experience and the Creative Director for Red Wing. I've been at Red Wing for 6 years, and yeah, just happy to be here.
Thank you. So today we have kind of a lot of questions to ask, and I want you to answer those questions. But first question would be, how is it like to work with Seiya? Because you guys, on a daily basis, communicating with Seiya and I for the marketing, I'm just curious.
なかったですよね。
Seiya paid me money to say really good things, especially on camera for all of you. Working with Seiya is great. Working with both of you is a real pleasure. It's a real honor, and you all do amazing work that we're inspired by. We've had a lot of meetings with you, even today, and with partners of yours, and it's honestly, it's really inspiring to see the work that you're doing. It's really inspiring to see how the brand Red Wing is beloved here, and how passionate people are about it, and how you all really focus on cultivating that and driving that energy. Sitting in this room, there's elements from our archives going back 120 years, and there's a whole collection of amazing footwear, and seeing everyone that we've met in our time here just randomly going into a store and people wearing Red Wings, it's really powerful. And so yeah, I think y'all are doing a great job. So it's really great to work with y'all. Yeah.
Maybe Jamie, you have a little different opinion, because you're the one always staying up late for our meeting, or the waking up in the morning, because of the time difference.
We so appreciate it, and I think our partnership is stronger than ever, and I love that we get to learn a lot about your consumers, your customers, and help take what you're doing here and apply it to other projects around the world. So I think we have such a special working relationship, and it's so important for our brand to learn from each other.
Yeah, we have such a precious, good relationship within the team, and the campaigns that you've been, giving us to, activate. We just love them, right? Maybe you want to talk about the campaigns that we ran in the past, because it was coming from you guys.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. We are so well rehearsed. We know exactly what we're going to say. No, yeah, that's great. That's a great place to start. Yeah. So Jamie, you and I can kind of just bounce back and forth, and would love to hear what you all have to say about it too. But let's think about, or let's start with the first one that we did. That was the first global campaign for Red Wing Heritage. And that was out of fashion since 1905.
Whether to float with the tide or to swim for a goal, any decision you've ever made was nothing but a choice between these two things: the floating or the swimming. See, we do not strive to be firemen. We do not strive to be bankers, nor policemen, nor doctors. We strive to be ourselves. So beware of looking for goals. Look for a way of life instead. I'm not trying to send you out on the road in search of Valhalla, but merely pointing out that it is not necessary to accept the choices handed down to you by life as you know it. So what will you be? Floating or swimming?
That was a really, exciting campaign, a really exciting moment. We found a truth about what our brand represents.
Yes.
And what it means to consumers. To not be chasing trends, to not be chasing the latest thing that's cool, but to be really proud of the idea that we've been timeless and will remain timeless. And that was the whole insight and the whole spark for the campaign. And from there we determined, how can we best tell that story? How can we best tell that story around the globe? And we found 3 different stories. And of course, they're real people that not only, dare I say, dress out of fashion, but it's much more than how people dress or how they look. It's about an ethos, a belief that they have around how they live their lives. And that's to not follow the rules that society puts on people. And that's the whole idea of out of fashion since 1905. We found 3 stories, like I said. The first one that we were probably most excited to talk about and share with the world was the story of Wanshou Laundry. So a laundromat from Taiwan that was run by an octogenarian couple. So they're like 83, 84, a few years ago now. So they're a little bit older. And one of them actually has since passed away. So respect and rest in peace. But
I did not know that.
Yeah, show her, she's passed away.
Okay.
So the grandma. And their story is really fascinating because they became well known because they were advertising people's forgotten laundry, right? All in a celebration of the idea of circular fashion. Don't just leave stuff to go to waste. And they, in order to advertise it, they started wearing it. So, they ran a laundromat, and it's a really adorable 83 and 84-year-old couple, styled out, and they were doing that to remind people to come pick up the clothes that they had left. And naturally, it made sense for us to tell their story, very out of fashion, and they have Red Wing boots, so it made perfect sense. So that was one story, and I know that resonated well here and with your market. And then there was another story in Philadelphia, a woman named Erin Brown, the Concrete Cowgirl, and her story is equally fascinating. And she's the head of an organization that is really helping inner city youth, kids that probably wouldn't typically have access to riding horses, access for them to ride horses and to learn what it is to take care of animals like that. Preserving this legacy of urban black cowboys in Philadelphia. And then the last story was a gentleman who goes by the name of Bioni Samp. He's a bit of an enigma, self-described enigma, and he is a DJ, musician, a DJ who makes sounds, all of his music from the sounds of honeybees. And he uses that to help further his story, or rather further tell the story of the importance of bees to our ecosystem.
Right.
So each one of those stories is real people who represent the values not only of Red Wing but the campaign, going against what society expects of you. And what's really special too is they all do it for a greater purpose. And so that was kind of the insight and the thinking behind the campaign. And it was really amazing to collaborate with you to execute it at a global scale. So all of our marketing channels were executing at the same time around the globe to tell that story and to amplify it.
The timing of the Out of Fashion campaign was also special personally, because that was about the time that I took on the role of leading the company of Red Wing Japan, and then also managing Asia. And then also the timing of Seiya just joined Red Wing, started to work together. That was around the same time. Right. And then because Seiya has such a strong fashion background, right? Driven by fashion industry, right? And then I was like thinking, how do I explain about the Red Wing who think it's purely fashion? Because that's what it is, in Japan in the past, especially 5 years ago, it was still like only fashion. But then this campaign came, and an Out of Fashion campaign, how perfect is it, right? So I didn't have to like try to explain, it was just this, campaign did it all for me. And then he was so impressed. And then I think he gets the fundamental values or the message or the ethos of the brand immediately with the campaign.
I think the Out of Fashion launched right when I started too. It's the
Right.
same time.
Yeah.
But when I came and learned about the campaign and got to see the expression of it, I think it's really powerful when you talk about the insight and we're thinking about that shared belief, not only of consumers in the US, but how it is believed here, how it's believed in Europe, and bringing those consumers together with that one ethos is really powerful. It's really strong.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean the timing was unique. It's really cool that, all of us got to work on it and bring it to life in some capacity. It's really great to hear the stories that you've told us of how it resonated and the impact it had here and in this market. People coming to you guys asking about it, people wanting to work at Red Wing because they saw the campaign. That's really special. That's why we do those things, And we saw great results and impact from it around the globe, whether it was, coverage of it in the media or our website traffic going up. I mean, it was really powerful in that way, and we continue to use that piece of language. We continue to want to have the brand represented with that ethos, and in many ways, maybe the last thing I'd say on it, unless you have more questions, is the idea that being out of fashion is the ultimate fashion statement. When you think about it, the whole idea was to subvert this idea of fast fashion. Things are cheap and you're always trying to chase the latest trend, or can you be timeless and can you make a statement that is unique to who you are?
Right.
And so I think that will be something that we will embrace in perpetuity for the Red Wing brand, and it's really ownable for us too. There's not a lot of other brands that can or would say that,
And because the love I had for this campaign, I wish that like the year of the campaign never finished, because I didn't want to finish the campaign, right? I didn't want to let it go. But then after 2 years, then you decided to launch another version of Out of Fashion campaign with Really a Wing. Yeah. I didn't expect that was coming either, so it was a good surprise. I was so excited. Yeah.
The last thing on Out of Fashion too, I believe that's on your social media handle for Red Wing Japan, right? So you're holding on to it still. Too.
We don't want to let it go. Is
it
okay?
Yeah, of course.
We love
It's great.
Yeah.
And, I mean, even as we're talking, I think maybe as we look to the future, there are other ways we'll bring it to life too, which is exciting.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
Yeah. And you were talking about a newer campaign.
Right.
I guess it's about a year old now, but that came from that same idea, same ethos, and that was Will Your Wings.
Right.
Yep.
And then first time I saw the pitch from you about the Will Your Wing campaign, there was a deck that pictures of this one guy, and then he's saying like, you know, I get eyes from grandpa, and then you know, like hair with mother, and then the shoes from like you know, I really still remember that deck. It was like so inspiring.
Even more special, you and your daughter got to be in the campaign.
That was another surprise, you know, after a couple months later, you know, I knew that you're gonna look for a model, like authentic human beings, right?
Yep.
I never thought that will come to me, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Jamie and I were working really closely to figure out the next chapter, the next iteration of Out of Fashion since 1905. And we were working with a great partner of ours too, and an agency partner, Wyden and Kennedy, out of New York. So shout out to them. That idea, for those of you who haven't seen it, is was inspired by a story in our archives from a woman named Peggy Gentry.
Yeah.
There's this letter that she wrote to Red Wing. We have
boots.
the actual letter, and it's a whole story about how her late husband had kept his boots from when he was 12 years old. And when her and her late husband got married, they started doing some hunting together. And he said, oh, I have these boots from when I was 12 years old.
Right.
And they're still standing up. They're still really good. And so from there, Peggy started wearing them hunting. Ultimately, she writes this letter that we mentioned, and it's a whole story. It's a whole story about her husband had them, and then she had them, and she wore them for decades. And she sent them with the letter and told the whole story. And then the last line of the letter was, how do you ever expect to make any money if your boots last 50 years, right?
That's my favorite part of the letter.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to the values and the principles of the company and the product that we're so known for. And ultimately, the execution of that campaign was about taking our iconic gusset label, right, the label that's inside the tongue here, and making a small tweak that says from and to. So because the boots last so long, you're able to put a will in them, right? That's the meaning of Will Your Wings. Oh yeah, here we go.
Keep it with you.
Yeah.
Original.
Yeah, you should hold that up.
Yeah.
And so that's from Yuki to her daughter. And what a special story. What a unique idea too. And Red Wing again is as we would believe, the only boot brand that could really do that has the credibility, that has boots that last that long, letters being written to us about this being a real thing. And so we turned that into a campaign. And we made labels like that that people in our stores all around the globe could go to an activation or event and get that stitched into their boot, write their name and write who they're going to leave them to, whether that's their son or their daughter or a friend or a neighbor, and then created a whole campaign around that idea. Maybe we can play that video for people to watch right now.
I have a daughter, Shino. She's 13, and I'm a single mom. I live in Saitama, that's next to Tokyo. I really love our life in Saitama. My relationship with Shino has changed over the past few years. All the things that we went through together made her very mature. She's growing. She actually helps me as much as I help her. Shino loves to travel, meeting with different culture and people. That excites her very much. Something I passed on to her is try new things always. Being authentic, fearless, and true to yourself. These are the things I can give her that she'll always have. These are the things that will last. The thing about our campaign,
Yeah.
what I love about our campaign is always, it's not about our products,
Right.
right? It's about the person who owns Red Wing Boots.
Yeah.
And then also, it always, like, it's something that will remind you of something important that you don't want to forget. It gives you opportunity to think what's important for you, or what you wanna give to the next generations,
Right.
or what you get from the previous generations. What are the values that like stays, like unconsciously. Without thinking, you forget about it. But then when you stop and think, then there's so many things that we have, right?
Absolutely. And Jamie, you and I talk a lot about this. We've been talking about this on our visit here, that a brand is so much more than the products that they make. And we are so fortunate that the products that we make are so great. So to have those two things come together with an ethos about what a brand believes and what it does to the betterment of people, betterment, for people, and product that represents that.
Right.
It's really special. And we've been talking about that this week, just how special
I think so.
it is when those two things work so well together. And we have we're very fortunate to be able to tell that story and continue to tell that story of a brand that's been around for 120 years.
Right. How exciting to have a job.
Yeah.
To carry on the legacy of the great brand.
It's a real honor.
And I think we think about that a lot when we build campaigns, about how we can build an emotional connection with our consumers. So it's not just about selling a product. It's really about aligning with what they believe,
Right.
elevating what they believe, making that connection so much stronger.
And then what's interesting is all those like messages or the value is so rooted in humanity.
Yeah.
So it goes beyond the countries or cultures. It doesn't matter if it's US or Japan or Asia, Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing how we are to the end the same human beings, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a really good point. And that's when you find the human truth, it transcends borders.
Yeah.
And it's really cool too when we work on these campaigns together. There might be a initial global moment, but then the stories that you can tell in your individual markets, you've told unique out of fashion stories.
Right.
You've told unique Will Your Wings stories. And I think to your point, that's just a testament to them being based in a real human truth.
Right.
Not us trying to manufacture a story
Right.
that
Exactly.
that just feels like, advertising that people don't want. Yeah.
なんかいろいろ懐かしい気持ちになりました。
いやそうですね、てかなんかあっという間だなっていうのも、それそんなに前だったのかとか、去年、ウィリア・ウィングス、ペギーさんのところ、本当なんか改めてやっぱめちゃくちゃいいなってか、本当にいろんなことを僕も感じながら、ここからまたせっかくちょっとこの2人に来ていただいてますので、次の、
もう今
まさに、今、動いているキャンペーンについて、ちょっとまたお話を聞いてみたいなと思うので、まずその前に一度この動画を見ていただければなと思います。
ご覧ください。
When did it happen? When did we settle? When did the world decide good enough was good enough? When did we start taking so many shortcuts? When did what we say start to matter more than what we do? For some, It never did.
So, made the hard way.
Yep.
It's a strong message again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to talk about it?
Sure. Absolutely. So this is another campaign. I guess it's the third one in the story today. Made the hard way. Jamie's been leading strategy on that. Jamie and team, and my team's been helping collaborate, bring it to life, and again working with an agency partner to make it happen. It, you know, as we were talking about already, what's really important for us when we're doing these campaigns is to find a truth, human truth. And in this case, what we wanted to reflect is an idea that could actually connect between our work audience and our heritage audience and connect globally. So not necessarily an easy challenge, but we like a good challenge, right? Good challenge at Red Wing. And when you take a step back, you think about how society is advancing so quickly. And everybody's used to the easy way, just living on their phone, calling a taxi on your phone, telling the driver to not even talk to you before they show up by clicking a button, using AI and ChatGPT to do all your work for you.
Yeah.
And you know, that's not just in the last year or two, right? That's a trend we've seen for a long time. And we realized that in many ways, when you're taking the easy way, you're not necessarily doing the right way. And what's more is when a thing that we've identified through a lot of work, a lot of research, is the connection between our work and heritage audiences comes from a place of people who do their work with integrity. Again, that could be a someone from the work audience that is an iron worker or a plumber or an electrician, or on the heritage side, you know, they're someone cool like Saya, or they're an artist or a musician, and they bring a real sense of craft and integrity to what they do. And that's a shared value between the audiences. And that's not easy to find, but we feel like we found something really unique and interesting. And then you put in the cultural layer of how a lot of things these days are faster, quicker, cheaper, easier, but to what end? And so the whole kind of triangulation of connecting our audiences to culture, to the products that we make, is all about doing things the hard way, or rather the right way. And there's a saying at Red Wing, which is the Red Wing way. If you're gonna do something, you do it right no matter what. And that's the values of the company since day one.
Do the right thing.
Do the right thing.
Yes.
And that's like foundational to the company. Integrity as a business imperative. So we were able to, again, to kind of connect all those dots and create a campaign that would represent those values. So you would have seen a video, that's one of many videos and many pieces of content that we're creating. And it you know, as you would have heard, it talks about when did things change? When did everyone start taking shortcuts? When did people stop really caring about the craft? And it ends with the line, those are all questions, but it ends with the line, some never did. Giving respect to our audiences and how much attention that they put into their work and their craft. And equally, it is to the product creation and the manufacturing employees that we have that make boots the hard way. So much of it is made by hand on the Puritan stitching machines, 120-year-old machines. And the company really values making sure we're doing the right thing. And because of that, our boots last a really long time. They're made with integrity. So you got a little sneak peek. That campaign's just coming out right now. That's one of many films. There's a bunch more content, a bunch of great photography. And there's also, in addition, as you would have probably caught from all the campaigns, we like to make sure that it's not just words. We aren't just saying stuff, but that's backed up by action. We're actually doing something real in the world that our audience can participate with. So there are a couple things. We'll tell you one now and more to come after that, but we're really excited about, we are doing billboards the hard way. So we're making a series of billboards out of Red Wing leather.
That is almost crazy to make a billboard with the leather.
Yeah, but it represents that idea.
Yes, exactly.
If you're going to do something,
Exactly.
do it right, do it the hard way. And so, yeah, we've got a billboard in Minneapolis, downtown Minneapolis. It's 48 feet wide
Wow.
and 14 feet tall.
Yeah.
You want to help me translate metrics on that?
Yeah, of course. It's going to be the captions translation is Japanese.
Read right here. Okay.
Yeah, but he was like, I need to go see it in person.
Yeah. Please come see it.
Our leather, right?
Yep.
Red Wing leather.
Red Wing leather.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow. Amazing.
Oral Legacy.
Oral legacy.
Amazing.
Iconic Red Wing leather with the big message that says "Made the hard way," and the letters are going to be like 4 or 5 feet tall. You'll be able to see it from a couple hundred feet away.
Right. It's
And
amazing.
we're debossing, so it will be literally pushed into the leather, just like we would, if we were debossing a message, or a logo onto our
Right.
leather. And we've got some really amazing workers building that as we speak. So we'll play a video for y'all to see that come to life. We're also making a wood one, so a really big handcrafted one made out of wood. More to come on that. We're going to explore other ways to execute that idea. And that's all we can share in the campaign today, but we are really excited about some other executions that are going to come to life. Again, of course, in the spirit of made the hard way, doing the right thing, but also making sure that there are things that the audience can participate in, action, not just words.
Right.
Yeah.
And we've been talking about this,
Yeah.
made the hard way, right? And it's already working like inside my head. Like whenever, I'm like, should I choose the easy way or hard way for this because it's important?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Since we've been working on it, that crosses my mind every day.
Yeah, right?
Too, Yep.
Yeah, you start to really appreciate the effort that we put into the work
Right.
we do and the work that your consumers and customers do.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing how one message can actually affect everyday life, right?
And like we've talked about, I think bringing people together with that one message, it's really powerful to think about bringing our work consumers, our heritage consumers, shared belief.
Yes.
And a big community that supports each other and what we're saying to them.
Yeah.
I think staying true to yourself or as the brand, or sometimes it's difficult.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to choose the hard way to be true to yourself, right? And then I think it's gonna help, me to stay authentic,
Yeah.
and by choosing the hard way,
Yeah.
right?
You do your work with integrity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah.
And that can be hard, but it's right.
Yeah, yeah. So I think I'm hopefully we can spread this message in Japan too with this YouTube,
Yeah.
and I'm just so thankful for you to be here today, and then it was so exciting for us to talk about all the campaigns we've done in the past too.
Well, thank you for having us. It's been really special.
We appreciate your partnership.
My last question for you, Aaron, is would you do it again with us?
I'll continue to work with you on campaigns. You're gonna have to convince me really hard. No.
You did wonderful. Jamie
No,
was
no.
your second time. You always do well.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah,
of
thank you
course.
so much.
Anything you all ask, I'll do. Of
So
course.
special. So last one message to the audience in Japan, maybe from you guys. Then we finish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you supporting our brand and building a community with us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll reiterate or copy what Jamie is saying. It's thank you so much. It means a lot being here and seeing it, seeing consumers on this, our audience members on the street, customers, meeting with partners of yours, traveling around the country. It's like I said at the beginning, it's really inspiring.
It is.
And what this brand means in Japan has a really big impact on the world too. And if you go back to the start of Heritage being a product line from Red Wing, that comes from here. That comes from really, special people in Harajuku wearing our boots, and we're just so grateful for that. So thank you. And like Jamie said as well, the community that you all have built and that we've gotten to see here is just incredible. So thank you.
めっちゃメッセージたくさん言ってくれて、なんか胸が、
安
倍さん的にもマーケティングのいつも一緒に近くで働いてる人たちがこう YouTube に出てくれるとスペシャルな気持ちなんじゃないですか。
いやもうかなりより説得力が増すというか、
昨日は誕生日もみんなで
そうですね、はい、もう
お祝いできたし、
何ももうそうですね、本当胸がいっぱいですね。はい。いかがでしたでしょうか。なんかすごくこう僕にとっても、ゆきさんにとってもそうだと思うんですけど、見てくださって皆様にとってもちょっとまたいつもと違った、動画になったんじゃないかなと、思います。やっぱりね、本当に僕たちはこうアメリカその本国の、そこのメッセージをどう日本の皆様とかアジアの皆様にこうお伝えするかっていうところをすごくこう心がけながらやってる中で、そのキャンペーンを本当にこう礎を築いてきてるこう2人がこうやってこう直接こういう場でお話ししてくださったってこともすごくこう嬉しいですし、またそのねこういった場に直接僕も携われて、はい、本当に胸がいっぱいです。はい。
これからも頑張れますね。
はい、そうですね。はい。引き続きちょっとYouTube チャンネルでは、こういったお話の回も含めて新商品のお知らせであったりとかいろんな情報を発信してまいりますので、チャンネル登録または次はこういうお話をねアーロンとか、ジェイミーにしてもらいたいみたいなコメントとかあると、次また出てもらいやすいなと思いますので、ぜひコメントをよろしくお願いいたします。はい。
今日も最後まで見てくださってありがとうございます。
はい、ありがとうございました。
はい。